Liverpool are one of the most successful clubs ever in England and are just behind Manchester United in terms of major trophies, although maybe don't remind Coppites of that, eh? It almost seems implausible that a player would turn down the Reds. I mean, who wouldn't want to pull on a shirt that the likes of Rush, Dalglish, Gerrard and of course Jimmy Traore have worn in the past? Well, I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture Football, and these are 10 players who rejected Liverpool. Number 10, Cristiano Ronaldo. A huge name, but high on this list because Liverpool sort of brought it on themselves, to be fair. In 2003, a fee had been agreed between Liverpool and Sporting Lisbon, but then 18-year-old Ronaldo refused to budge on his salary demands, which were deemed too high for Liverpool's strict wage structure. As the Reds weighed up signing a wonder kid but upsetting everyone in the dressing room, Cristiano Ronaldo was busy mugging off several United players in a friendly, who, instead of being upset, insisted Fergie sign him. The rest is history. United accepted his demands, and before Liverpool knew it, Ronaldo had made the move to Old Trafford. Ronaldo excelled at United and has gone on to become one of the world's best players. Liverpool signed Harry Kewell instead. Number 9, Gylfi Sigurdsson. In the summer of 2012, Brendan Rodgers made the switch to Anfield and wanted the player he brought to the Liberty Stadium to join him there too. However, he rejected the move in favour of Tottenham Hotspur instead. That's loyalty for you. Sigurdsson subsequently revealed the reason for his decision was that he felt that Spurs under mum's favourite Andre Villas-Boas were far more likely to achieve success due to their recent league finishes. Tottenham haven't won a trophy since, although they did put a lot of pressure on teams. Number 8, Ousmane Dembele. Jurgen Klopp in 2016 was more desperate than your newly single mate who just downloaded Tinder to get emerging young talent. He even travelled to Paris to convince Dembele to join the Reds, but was too late. The Frenchman already had his heart set on signing for Borussia Dortmund instead, as he felt that they would be better for his fledgling career. He made the move there and then a year later switched to Barcelona for €105 million. Ka-ching! Number 7, Christian Pulisic. Speaking of Dortmund, the Reds had an £11 million bid for the American prodigy. Yes, they can produce good soccer players. Pulisic rejected in the summer of 2016, but continued their pursuit into the January transfer window. As they were in the midst of tabling another bid, he signed a new contract with Dortmund and told 442, "I was never really thinking about going to Liverpool." Charming. Now, Liverpool are reportedly targeting the 19-year-old again this summer, which means he'll probably be playing for Manchester United at the start of next season, knowing their luck. Number 6, Xherdan Shaqiri. The man who had the biggest calves in the Premier League came close to joining Liverpool twice. The Alpine Messi was set to move to Anfield in 2014, but Bayern Munich reportedly blocked the move. Then, the following January, the Reds made another approach for the Swiss winger, but he rejected them in favour of joining Inter Milan on a 6-month loan deal instead. He would end up at Stoke before 2015 was out. Number 5, Michael Laudrup. One of the greatest players of his generation even shook hands to join Liverpool from Brøndby in 1983, but then the Reds managed to scupper their own deal. You see, when it came to sign the contract, the then English champions attempted to extend his 3-year deal by an extra 12 months at the very last minute. This led to a stalemate between the two parties, the transfer collapse, and Laudrup ended up moving to Juventus instead. Congratulations, Liverpool, you played yourself. Number 4, Henrik Mkhitaryan. Reds manager Brendan Rodgers was a keen admirer of the Armenian, who just won 3 consecutive titles at Shakhtar Donetsk, and wanted to make him a marquee signing. However, Mkhitaryan was worried that a move to a club with the stature of Liverpool would be too big too soon. In the midst of Rodgers trying to convince him otherwise, we're not that big honestly, Jurgen Klopp, then Borussia Dortmund manager, paid Mkhitaryan a visit in person, which swayed him and sealed the transfer to Borussia Dortmund instead. Number 3, Alexis Sanchez. In the summer of 2014, endless rumours swirled as Sanchez caught the eye of fans at the 2014 World Cup. Liverpool were heavily tipped as favourites for his signature as they look to replace a Barcelona-bound Luis Suarez. He's on this list, so you can probably guess what happened next to him. Despite the Reds offering more, Sanchez opted to move to the Emirates and Arsenal instead. To rub salt into the wound, Sanchez revealed the reason why he chose Arsenal over Liverpool is he thought that they had more ambition and more ability to compete in every competition. Ouch. Number 2, Nemanja Vidic. The man who wakes up in a cold sweat after nightmares about marking Fernando Torres could have played alongside him and was one of the best defenders in the Premier League at his peak. You see, Reds manager Rafa Benitez tried to convince him several times to sign for Liverpool, but the Serb was worried about moving to England. Step forward Sir Alex Ferguson, who contacted Vidic during his negotiations with Liverpool, and faster than you can say Fergie time, he'd become a United player. The whole deal done and dusted in just 2 days. Number 1. Diego Costa. In at number 1 is a transfer rejection and hijack a year in the making. Brendan Rodgers set his sights on signing Costa to join his ominous front line in the summer of 2013. Liverpool bid $21.8 million for his services to Atletico Madrid, triggering the striker's release clause. However, Costa rejected the Reds and decided to sign a new contract for Atletico instead. So far, so innocuous, but a biography of Diego Costa later revealed he'd been convinced by Jose Mourinho not to join Liverpool a whole year before he signed him for Chelsea. Mourinho, who hadn't quite convinced owner Roman Abramovich to invest in his squad rebuild at Stamford Bridge in 2013, pleaded with Atletico and Diego Costa directly to reject Liverpool, promising that he'd sign him for more money the next summer. Costa stayed, won La Liga with Atletico, and then moved to Chelsea, scoring 20 Premier League goals that secured them the title. Liverpool, well, they could have done with Costa's services as their Premier League challenge faltered in the final stages of the 2013-14 season. A slip-up they could ill afford. And that's our list. Did we miss any players out? And which club do you want me to do next? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Adam Wilborn from What Culture Football, and I'll see you soon.